This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, discounted prices, miniaturemarket.com. Hello my friends, the Game Boy Geek here. Well, I just got back from my trip and I was on a 40th birthday cruise and we stopped in Seattle, that's where we ported. And while we were there, I stopped with Suzanne Sheldon from Board Game Breakfast. And her and I went to Mox Boarding House, which is a board game cafe up in the Seattle area. I heard a lot about it, I'd seen a lot of pictures, so I took a trip. So let me show you what I saw there, what the experience was like, and what my final thoughts are. Now when you first walk in on the left, there's a big sign there that says games, and under that is their library. These are the games that, hey, if you just want to go to the cafe, you want to hang out, you don't really want to buy anything, you just want to kind of hang out and play some games, and maybe you didn't bring any, or maybe you want to try out some that you've never tried out before. Here's over 400 games that they have in their library that you can just borrow and play for no cost. And it was just cool to look through there. Wits and Wagers, we actually played that one there. And then we have the store. Now the store itself was huge. 12,000 square feet for the whole building, but the store was a major part of that. One of the things that really bogged my mind was how tall some of these shelves were. I mean, these were huge ceilings, and from floor to ceiling, there were just games for sale everywhere. And I love how they had those boxes turned out so you can actually see the artwork. Reminded me a little bit of the back of my backdrop in my videos where I turn my games, because I like to enjoy the art, and they did that because they have so much space there going all the way up to the top. And here you're seeing all different angles of the different store. They tended to sort of group games together of types, whether it's family games or party games or strategy games. Not only were there, big shelves up against walls, but as you see here, there were also little islands that had games. Hey, speaking of islands, there's Forbidden Island. They had islands with all different games there on all four sides as well. There you see some party games and Dixit and Wits and Wagers, things like that. Then over there they had some really new games right in the middle too, like Junk Art you see there. That's brand new. Salem just came out around Origins. And of course it wouldn't be a store without a Catan section, right? They had other sections like the Ticket to Ride sections just for sale. And again, this is just the store where you would buy the games for about MSRP, which is what you would expect from a great store. One thing that I really liked here is how clean the store was. There was not even one little thing on the floor. Now here was a tournament area with many tables. Now this was a Monday at 3 p.m. so I was actually impressed that there was anybody there. That place was absolutely full that evening, even on a Monday. Now here is miniatures. They had a couple of tables set up with all different terrain. There were some people playing there, had lots of different things in that room that you could buy for miniatures. And then they had some set up that people were playing as well. And this was the coolest thing. Suzanne took me to this room. It looks like a library, and it just looked like some books, and you push it open, and this was the Speakeasy Room, the hidden room, the cool room. It had its own bar. It had a few tables. That was my favorite aspect of the whole thing. I started to shake when I saw that. I was so excited. Here's the cafe itself, where you'd order food, you'd sit down, you'd play games that you bought, or that you borrowed from the library. They had a full-service bar back there, and on the menus, it was excellent food. I mean, I was impressed at how many things were on the menu. There it's telling you can just come hang out and play games. There's no charge to play games, but we encourage you to order some food or drink while you're here. They had some stories about, Mox itself and what they're about. And of course they had appetizers, they had salads, they had main entrees. And it was about the same price that you would get at a normal restaurant, but the food was excellent. I was even told that they make everything there from scratch, including even the salad dressings and such. They had big entrees, they had burgers, they had drinks as well, non-alcoholic. And they had a bar, as you saw there, with wines and spirits and such. But there's a little look at some of the menus that was there. Feel free to pause or go back and look at what exactly they have there. This was, of course, the best part was the people. Suzanne there hanging out with me, playing some Junk Art, having some fun. And then, of course, high fives for everybody. Now, I'd been to a couple of board game cafes around in different areas. I've even done a video on one, I think in Austin, Texas, I was in last year or the year before, and I just love it. I love how they're coming out everywhere. A lot of people are doing them. There's not really a good one in Phoenix yet. I wish there would be, but I just heard so many great things about Mox Boarding House that I had to go. I'm always seeing Suzanne put up pictures and Patrick from Crash of Games, and I've heard nothing but great things. You know, Ignacy from Portal Games told me as he was in the States, he went there and you gotta go there. So we made sure that I went there. It was the night before my birthday, and as you saw there, wow, amazing. That place blew me away. Not even just how big it was, 12,000 square feet, but how much volume there was. The height of the ceilings, I mean, you saw those ladders, you saw how high those ceilings were. Games all the way to the top everywhere. The store was clean. The staff was friendly. They were always trying to help you out. Even when I went up there to the library, I said, hey, I got 8 players, thinking wits and wagers. I'm trying to see what else you got. And they were just throwing out suggestions. Super nice guys. And it's just an amazing thing where you have a nice, clean, beautiful store. And then you have that miniatures area. Then you have the tournament area. Then you have the cafe area. And by the way, the food in this place was amazing. We all got different things. The drinks were good. The bartenders were good. The food was amazing. I got some mac and cheese. I love mac and cheese, and this was amazing. I heard they even make all their salad dressings from scratch as well. This isn't just like, hey, we make you a sandwich on a panini maker and throw it at you. The food was amazing, like as good as any other normal restaurant, if not better than I would go out with. So absolutely great food there as well. And then also that Speakeasy Room where you can push it out and go in. That was the coolest thing. I mean, I literally shook when I saw it. I was so excited. And then, of course, they have some of those other rooms like the apothecary rooms and some private rooms there. Overall, I was really impressed. I've only been to a couple of these, but I could say by far this blew me away. Some things just don't live up to the hype. This did. I just wish that there'd be more of this caliber and this quality of type board game cafe around. I mean, we just played for hours and nobody bothered us. Yeah, we got some food, but we had the table for hours and no one bothered us at all. And it was just a blast. So if you're in the Seattle area, this one I went to is in Bellevue. Now I do know they actually have a sister store called the Card Kingdom. I think that was the first one made. That's also amazing. I did not get to see that one, but the one in Bellevue, Mox Boarding House. Well, if you're ever in the Seattle area, you must stop by, check that place out. And I wish they would open up a place like this in Phoenix. And I loved it. And that's Mox Boarding House. This video was sponsored by Miniature Market's Review Corner. The Review Corner features podcasts, video, and written game reviews by gamers for gamers. Miniature Market, the online gaming superstore. Thousands of board games, discounted prices. Check them out at miniaturemarket.com. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for backing me on Kickstarter and making this season become a reality. I'd like to especially thank those here that have backed me at the credit level. Now, these video reviews are also available by audio on our podcast. It's the intros and the final thoughts on GameBoyGeek.com. Click podcast.